Greetings, you sexy bastards. We're back for another business vlog. I haven't done one of these in just ages again. I feel like this is kind of what this has become, is just every month or so, or 2 months. Actually, I think I have done this once every month. Maybe I did one in January, February. I might have missed March, and now we're in April of 2024. So I guess that's kind of what these have become. Just pop in once a month, say what's up, throw it on the YouTube, and then move on. I think originally I started this before I even started the app. That's kind of crazy to think about. Damn. I think earlier this year, business vlog and this YouTube channel was going to be a way to market the app. Eventually, what I realized is that that is not an effective marketing strategy at all. The amount of time, effort, and energy you have to put in to, getting a YouTube channel up and running is way more than it's worth it, especially when it's almost like you have to go through marketing to get your YouTube channel up and running, right? Like that's a business in and of itself. So I'm looking for alternative marketing methods, or I've been doing alternative marketing methods, but I still like doing these videos. I've gone back to uploading them finally. I just uploaded my video with Luke Dubé from almost probably 5 or 6 months ago now, last November, December, January, February, March, April, 5 months ago. Anyway, I digress. We're here now. So business vlog, what is good? Well, for starters, my lights don't work. I put in a request to get them changed, but I'm at like an apartment complex where you're supposed to do that. So I just took the thing off and I'm gonna replace them myself. I know it's a pretty hard knock life, replacing your own light bulbs, just ridiculous. But yeah, so we're sitting here in darkness. I've been meaning to do this for like a week, but instead I just haven't spent much time in my room, which has been nice. But yeah, we're sitting here in darkness. My room is a disaster. I gotta clean this place up. It's so bad. But I want to talk about life. I want to talk about the state of things. So what is the state of things? I started social media marketing. I think I talked about this last time, wanting to get that started. I got it started. I'm doing Instagram is my social media marketing strategy. Again, this is not that effective. I think it's more effective than like YouTube marketing. And I think it's an effective long-term marketing strategy because you build an audience, and as you build this audience, you get more and more customers, right? But it's not going to be very effective in the early phases because along with having to start getting users and start building up this app as something that people actually use, I also have to kind of start to build up this social media presence. Now, if I had started on Instagram like this a year ago, it would be a different story. I would already have an audience, and then I would just reach out to that audience. But I don't, I'm not there. So I'm starting to build an audience of about 400 and something followers. Somebody reached out to me. I paid him I did a 3-day free trial where they basically marketed my Instagram by reposting my posts on other people's Instagrams. And then I paid like $40 to have that continue for like a month. So it's a good way to kind of get the wheel turning. Although I will say I'm getting a good amount of followers that way, but I'm not getting a huge amount of user interaction. It is improving though. But that's that. I'm just gonna do that to get it started and then see where I go from there. The next thing is, another strategy that I think is going to be more effective in using social media is, before I go on to that, I may diversify because I'm doing Instagram Reels and like quote pictures and stuff, but I might take those Reels and also post them onto YouTube Shorts. And I might do TikTok, which I dread. I've never wanted to get on TikTok. If I can, I'm going to yell at my friend Sarah and see if she's willing to just post things on TikTok for me so I don't even have to download TikTok. I feel like TikTok is like cocaine. You can try it and you'll probably never do it again. A little bump here and there won't kill you, Well, it could kill you if it has fentanyl. But you know, for some people, it's like you do it once and you're hooked, especially if you get the good cocaine. So I figured I'm just gonna stay away from TikTok. That was a terrible analogy, but you get the point. So I'm gonna diversify, get on as many platforms as possible. Maybe we'll see. Probably do that over summer. Um, for now, focusing on that, I started going into the comment sections of like Daily Stoic and other Instagram accounts that are similar to the vibe that I'm trying to hit with Stoicism, philosophy, self development, habit tracking. And I've started reaching out to these individuals, looking at their posts, following them, responding to their comments, and kind of in some sense like building a relationship with them. And I think that's really cool. One guy just reached back to me today and was like, hey, yeah, like send me, basically I offered him a free code to try out the app because I would love his input since it's very philosophical. And he was like, dude, let's fucking do it. So I'm going to send him that code and get some feedback from him. He's like the first individual. So I think that would be really cool. I'm getting really happy with the state of the app right now. So at the beginning of this year, it really just felt like a toy app. My mentor, who I'm doing an independent study with through Boulder, CU Boulder, literally told me that. He was like, you have a toy app. Like, especially last semester when it was literally just like enter a journal entry, discuss it with a mentor. He was like, this isn't like a real full app. This is like a minimum viable product. This is kind of like showing off a feature. You need to build a full application around this. And now, I mean, I'm going to ask him about it, but I talked to him a couple weeks ago. He was like, dude, honestly, like with where it is now, like I've used it a few times, and he's like found himself thinking about things that the mentors have told him. And he was like, I think you do have a good, potentially sustainable business surrounding this product. So, you know, keep marching forward. And that was with the last update. This new update has tons of UI improvements, a new onboarding system, and it's all just more tightly integrated, whereas before it was all kind of disconnected. Now you can more easily discuss your journal entries with your mentors, your habits. You can set up habit tracker habits with your mentors. There are all kinds of new features, and I'm going to expand on a lot of that in the next update as well. But right now, I've got kind of those basics laid out, the integrations between the mentor chats and the habit tracker and the journal. In the next update, I'm going to expand on that. But right now, I'm really trying to get that UI just to feel good, look good, and all kind of be cohesive. And I've got a unified color scheme going now, so it's really nice. It's some shit. It's some shit for sure. But yeah, so that's kind of the state of the app. I think I'm gonna stick with. I've kind of really gotten the concept down. The idea is change your behaviors by changing your beliefs. The idea is that our emotions regulate our emotions are the driving force behind our actions. But the thing that shapes our emotions are our beliefs. So if we learn to go out, have experiences, and reflect and philosophize about those experiences, then we can shift our internal perspectives, our beliefs, our thought patterns, our perspectives, our ideas. There are other words that are good here, but I'm forgetting them. And as you change these things, the emotions, our attitudes, attitude is so important. As we change these things, our emotions very naturally grow, shift, and change. And as those change, we're able to live in some sense in better accordance with nature. The Stoics say that the goal is to live in accordance with nature. And I think what that means is you go into life and you experience the true nature of reality. When you reflect on that true nature of reality, your beliefs and your ideas about how reality is more closely align with the true nature of reality. And then you act in accordance with that and thus enter kind of a flow state. So that's some really good stuff. And I think that's kind of the underlying concept I'm going for. Then you have your habit tracker to be able to maintain metrics of success surrounding your behaviors. You have your journal entries, which allow you to reflect and contemplate the nature of reality and your experiences. And then you have the mentors to introduce you to new philosophical ideas and help you analyze the connections between the ways that you're behaving and the things that you're thinking about. So I think that's I don't know. I think that's kind of that's the concept, and it's kind of doing that to some extent, but I want to enhance that. And then there are lots of other features I want to add. I had an idea for like Habit Homies is like where you can find like local, kind of like Tinder, but for habit homies, where it's like you match with people who have similar habits as you have. Maybe you want to go on sunrise runs, go snowboarding, go study, whatever. And you can match with these people and you can get together and be habit homies and get shit done, go do a cold plunge, whatever. Personal life, because of course the business life and the personal life, they're going to be a lot of commonalities between them. They're going to affect each other. And I don't know, I feel like I talk about personal life on here relatively often, maybe. So I'll talk about that a little bit. Great group of friends now. So last year I had a cool group of friends, but they weren't very habit or self-development oriented. Now I have tons of friends who are very self-development oriented. They love all the books that I love. One of my buddies downstairs is reading The Way of the Superior Man, which is one of my favorite books. He's got me reading, the Bhagavad Gita, and he hasn't even read it, but it was just discussions we were having kind of inspired me to read it. And I've really been enjoying that, actually. Super cool book. Let's see, but he's got me reading The Comfort Crisis, which is about why being comfortable is bad. So I love those friendships. You know, last Friday I was hanging out in the kitchen just doing some homework. My buddy walks in. He's like, let's do a cold plunge. I was like, fuck it, dude. We got up. We drove 2 hours out into the mountains to a lake, hopped into the lake, cold as fuck, drove back, discussed philosophy, the nature of life and the state of the world the whole way there and back. So I'm really enjoying that social life and that aspect of my life right now. And I will say, I think that's detracted from my progress on the app to some extent. And I feel conflicted about that, but I also feel like it's worth going a little bit slower in life to have more of these experiences. And especially in the realm of like philosophy and self-development, these experiences are what really matters. These experiences are what we get our ideas from. So March was hugely social month. One of my best friends from Germany, she was an exchange student here too. One from Germany, one from Austria. They were exchange students here. They left at the end of last summer, and they came and they visited for a whole month. They stayed with me for a couple of weeks. I think I have one of their socks around here. I'm telling you, I really got to clean this place. But it's super fun, super good times. We went dancing an excessive amount. My sleep habits got fucked. They still aren't put back together. I'll get them back together. They've gone up and down since they've left. It's been maybe 2 weeks since they left, I believe. But yeah, sleep habits were out the window. We were staying up till 2, 3 a.m., chit-chatting, having the deep talks, going out, partying, meeting people, all good times. I got a decent amount of things done while they were here, but it was a big social time. Got tons of snowboarding in. Man, I mean, March was just a very good social month. Then they left, and since then, much more low-key. I've been trying to resist socializing more, turning down more social events. Last week, I went kickboxing with some buddies, and we were sparring, and I took a gnarly, rear kick? Just some kind of kick. I checked it, hit my shin. We were not wearing shin guards, so my shin has been fucked all week. So I've not gone out, no dancing, no sunrise running. I've been hitting arms, chest, and core only in the gym. So, business as usual. Who needs to do legs? Fuck leg day. My buddy wants to do leg day today, theoretically right now. But I do not want to do that. I'm not going to do that, actually. I'll probably do another core workout. So yeah, more things. I haven't been meditating as much. I'll be honest, my habits aren't fantastic. I haven't been meditating a ton, and I can tell that it's impacting my attitude or I don't know if it's my attitude, but it's like my thoughts have more sway over my emotions. So a thought arises from the unconscious, something frustrates me, whatever. It's like my emotions like grab onto it and get like yanked away much more easily. I find myself scrolling on social media more. So I think meditation is extremely important. I got to stick with it. I got to get back to that, especially for focus, all those kinds of things. Getting through in school, I'm sick and tired of microelectronics and circuits and computer systems. The problem with this semester system is they just go on for so damn long. I used to be on a quarter system. Those things go freaking fast. But yeah, and I'd say that's about it. That's the state. Plans going forward, looking to the future. Finished reading Bhagavad Gita, very fascinating book. I think I want to do a lot of things. So I've got about 3 or 4 weeks left in the semester, so I do want to finish strong, although I'm kind of finishing weak. Actually, I'm finishing pretty solid. I've got a good grasp of the content, except for computer science. I have no idea what's going on in that class. I'm just holding on by a thread. My other two classes, I kind of got a concept of what's going on in there. And then independent study, of course, I'm going to ace that because he was basically like, do whatever you want, I'll give you an A. And I was like, cool. But going forward, I want to finish up these classes strong. I want to get this 5.0 version of Habit Homies released. I've really been kind of dawdling, I think. I just haven't been really focused or aggressive. I haven't been, and maybe a lot of the things that I've been working on haven't been necessarily the most strategically relevant things to work on. I created a really nice onboarding system, which is great for user experience, but not getting super deep into the other aspects of the app. I'll probably go a lot deeper into all of that once I release 5.0. So 5.0 is going to be really focused on user experience, user interface. I want to get that out in the next week or two. I've been saying that for weeks, but it is what it is. I also said I wanted to start social media marketing for months, and I finally did that. So maybe I'll finally get 5.0 released. Once I get 5.0 released, I want to work on the AI aspects of the app. That's going to be like mid-June to the beginning of May. Father has some ideas for an LLM construction application, which basically just be some kind of piece of software that would incorporate LLMs to perform tedious construction management oriented tasks. So I'm going to go and we're going to look over a bunch of documents and a bunch of plans and kind of this process that tends to take people, a couple of days to a couple of weeks. And we're going to see if we can find a way to turn that process into a couple of seconds long process using AI, which would be a big money maker. So I think that's going to be a really fun project. I'll work with him on that for about a week. At the end of May, June, I have some crazy plans. I'm definitely going to do a ton of vlogging during June. I hope I better, especially for future me. Future me is going to want to be able to look back and see that, just like how I now love looking back at last summer's vlogs and watching those. Basically, I just recently rewatched one of my vlogs from last year. What was it? It was the trip back to Monterey when I don't even know what I labeled it. I think that the video title on YouTube was like escaping a rut, and I was in a rut right before, and then I went and I partied, and then I came back and I was like, now I got to get out of this rut. And I was about to fail all my classes. Oh my God, dude, that was such an existential crisis. Well, it wasn't an existential crisis, but I was definitely in like some degree of panic mode and just not happy at all. So it's nice being on the other side of that and looking back and being like, yes, the good times. But this summer, dude, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to spend a week working on that project with Father. And then I'm going to do a Spartan race, a hike in the wilderness to find a Buddhist monastery and train with some Buddhist monks. I still need to do research on how to find that monastery, how to hike there, how long it's going to take. Then a friend of mine from here is coming in, and we're going to travel down the coast of California, and we're going to finish in San Diego. Then I'll fly from San Diego back to Boulder and go do a second Spartan race. And then I'm going to vibe and probably get focused on more online business stuff. I'll be taking a class or two over summer as well, online hopefully. If not online, I won't take them because they have to be online because I'm traveling. One I already know is online. The other one, I know I can take it online, but I'm like, do I need to take this? I kind of do, so I probably will, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah. Mistakes, lots of mistakes, especially recently. Did a lot of Vyvanse this week, and by a lot, I mean like a teeny tiny bit, but it felt like a lot. And I'll be honest, I didn't love it. I felt very frustrated, constantly frustrated. I felt impatient. I just wanted to finish everything. I wanted everything to be done, but I didn't want to do what it would take to have it done. So I was just rushed. I wasn't enjoying the process at all. This is an attitude I think I used to spend a lot of time in. I don't know. Obviously, because I used to do a freaking ton of amphetamines. But yeah, I'll be honest. I don't love the amphetamines. Don't love them at all. Anyway, I think that's enough chit chat for today. I'll do another one of these, in reasonable time. Maybe I'll just do some regular vlogs. I'll keep catching up on the past videos, and we'll see what happens in life. We'll see where things go. I really hope this social media marketing starts to pan out. I really hope I can start getting these first users, especially with releasing 5.0, where I'm really in a state that I feel confident about this app. I feel not just that it's functional and it's out there, which is where it is now, but it's a product that I could sell theoretically, that has a real solid value proposition that is unique, and that you aren't going to find on any other app. I actually feel really confident about that. I feel like I have something freaking that's just super cool, and I'm excited to share it with people. I'm excited to get feedback, to grow it. I think that's all going to be really, really exciting stuff. So good luck out there. I don't know if I had a thing that I say in these. I feel like a lot of YouTubers have outros. Get your shit together. Oh, I also got, let's see. I got business cards. I made business cards and they're so freaking cool. Look at this thing. Oh my God. Right? Oh, my website is also done. I just have to fill in a bunch of the metadata. I think that looks so cool. And it says at the bottom, get your shit together. So that's like my slogan now, get your shit together. But yeah, I got that website up and running. I got to fill in all the metadata, the pictures and the descriptions and the words and the titles and all that. I got to get all that in order. And then I can start using that as a landing page for my app. I honestly don't know why people use landing pages for their apps and don't just send people to the App Store. I also need to purchase App Store preview pictures so they actually look really nice, because my current ones are first off outdated and second off just look like shit, and anything I make is not going to look good. So I'll probably spend like $200-$300 on that, and then another $200-$300 on App Store optimization. I think those are two things that would be really worth spending money on. And I don't know, maybe other things. I'm not really sure. Anyway, that's all for today, folks. Get your shit together. Don't be a little bitch. I like that one. Don't be a little bitch.